This is Water Over Toilet Paper, and today we'll be reviewing Spider-Man No Way Home, directed by Jon Watts, and plot.
This picks up right where Far From Home ended, with Spider-Man's secret identity being revealed to the world. And so Peter Parker looks for a way to make sure that the entire world forgets his identity, and he consults the help of Doctor Strange to concoct a magic spell to make sure everyone forgets. The spell goes wrong, and now villains are coming in from alternate spider realities onto his world, and he has to deal with everything.
And positives. I think this is a fucking fun movie. I had too much fun with this movie. This is definitely the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. This has the most fun premise. This has the most emotional depth that they ever put in with his character. Overall, a really cohesive story as well, and I had a lot of fun. I really like the pacing in the film. It was always moving right from the get-go. It felt chaotic and he's always running and all that. It is a movie with a lot of fan service and it delivers on it in a very, very satisfying way. It's fucking fun. It's like if you are a Spider-Man fan, you will come on screen all the time. I felt like a little boy watching big movie.
I am less of a fanboy and more of
sad old man.
Okay. I saw the previous movies in this trilogy again. Yeah, this is definitely the best. I agree with you on that. This is definitely the most fun as well, and it also has the most emotional heart. And I think that's why I liked the movie the most, aside from the copious amounts of fan service they do. But I think the reason I like this movie more than the other two is that fight he has between the villains and himself and his identity being out there and stuff. He gets beaten down the hardest he's been in the three movies. The best part is that they got a great villain. They got the classic Green Goblin again. And he was easily my favorite part of the movie. The fight between him and Peter was actually pretty impactful for once in this trilogy. And I was like, oof, ouch. That's gotta hurt in some way. Yeah, Willem Dafoe fucking killed it. He was excellent. He was just as good as you saw him 20 years back.
I think all the actors did a pretty great job. They were like all the actors they pulled from the other universes and all the ones who are already there in this universe. I really like the relationship.
This is the best sort of romantic relationship the MCU has had by far. It actually feels like they have chemistry and they have something to lose and they love each other. It was actually cute to see. That's a tick on the story part, I guess.
She and like his friends and family are the only real people he has in his life, and everyone finding out about him and how they like follow him, and it was pretty nicely conveyed.
Yeah, the positive I saw was that this movie brings the trilogy to a close in a very satisfying way. And you can tell that in the names: Homecoming, Far From Home, and now No Way Home. I like that, and I think that is a unique-ish theme way to approach Spider-Man. I think the first fight between him and Green Goblin, that was really fucking good. I liked that quite a lot. And the fist fight they have at the end was pretty impactful too. It's so easy to just put them on screen and just act like they're villains, because you know they're villains, right? But this movie takes the effort to make the Green Goblin an actual villain. Like, he's actually like a piece of shit. And he's also incredibly tragic too, because it's like the split personality thing, right? I think my favorite part of this movie is Willem Dafoe, by far. He was great. I loved him.
I had a lot. I even liked Doc Ock a lot. I think this is
Doc Ock was so cute. Holy shit.
Yeah, he feels less of a villain and more of this character stuck with these arms type situation here. I think all the returning characters had better performances. Electro was definitely an improvement.
Electro and the lizard.
Fucking god awful
for
shit.
Sure.
I would say the writing in this movie was much better than Far From Home.
Yeah, it's decent.
I think there was no like attempts at comedy, like hard attempts at comedy that failed like really bad.
I would totally kiss you, but I think I just threw up in my mouth a little.
And this one felt like they were, even though there were a lot of jokes like your average Marvel movie, there were less jokes that fall really flat.
I know a couple of magic words myself, starting with the word please.
Please, Scooby-Doo this crap.
Yeah, and let's get to the negatives.
I think for me, the biggest negative with most Marvel movies, and especially with this trilogy, is that like it's so fucking bland. They just show it off in the most bland way possible. Like, the presentation in these movies is just the most boring things They're just fucking bland, and this movie is exactly as stylistically bland as any of the other Marvel movies, which is very sad because Tom Holland is one of the better Avenger characters in the universe.
Okay, let me say, I don't think it's as bland as the first two. I think there is like you can see like a bit of an improvement for sure. I felt like there was improvement in terms of
Presentation?
like the presentation.
When his spider sense is just tingling and you're like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah.
What's going on? And that was cool. Everything else, The fights were like, The fights themselves were cool. The way they were shot,
I think the Doctor Strange universe fight was cool. I think how it was shot was cool.
Another reason why I didn't like love it as much as you did was that the whole like we'll get the other villains here and we'll give them like a character arc out of it was all right. It was good, and that's about it for me. I got like a good movie out of it. I was happy with that. It didn't really do anything super special or super unique with this concept.
I agree with the style thing. I think it is. I would even though I understand that it's an improvement from the first two, it's still much more bland when you compare it to like the Sam Raimi movies. Yeah, okay. The reason this whole break thing happens was not that great. Conclusion. I think it's a fucking great movie. Don't listen to this other person on this channel. I give it a 8 out of 10.
I give it a 6 out of 10.
Like this video, share this video, subscribe.
yeah.
What is this subscription percentage? What is this bullshit?
No, don't fuck with me.
Oh, okay.
Don't fuck with me.
No,
I'm telling you.
no.
And you can check out film reviews here and other film reviews here. And goodbye everybody. Thank you.
Bye bye.
You can check out the spoiler discussion